All right, so
Oh,
let's go
wow.
ahead and get started. No matter who's on, we want to be
Linda
respectful.
and I are having a private session.
We got it.
It's a semi-private session, so.
I'm gonna have to split my vote for Congregant of the Year between you two.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Listen,
we'll share. We'll
you
share.
by the way, I always say this, it's not the quantity, it's the quality.
100%.
Thank you.
And
You
between
got
the
it.
two of you, you're worth 100 people. That's all I got to say.
Oh, wow, I
Oh,
like
look
that.
at that.
Bobby,
Wow,
that's
that was
good.
forthcoming, right, Linda?
Right, we'll take it, we'll take it.
Beautiful.
So on that note, I'd like to welcome everyone. We're so pleased. Last night we had an engagement pillar meeting, and one of the things we spoke about is how we reach different demographics in our community, and we talked about this session that you're about to continue on with Craig, and how important it's been, especially during these last number of months. So we're really happy to have you here. Maybe a few other people will join on, but we want you to get the most out of it. And as always, Jeff's with me here, and on behalf of Jeff Graff and everyone at the synagogue, we appreciate everything that Craig does. And without further ado, Craig, you're up.
Mark Baranek in the house from Toronto. There's only one. Mark, thank you very, very much. Jeff, thank you very much. And on behalf of Temple Beth Shalom, I welcome, of course, everyone. Bobby, Linda, you're very special to me, both of you.
As
And
you
thank
are
you.
to us.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you very much. You're both more than generous, very kind. All right, on that note, I'm putting you on mute, just like I do with my wife pretty much every night, but that's another story. All right, I want to go ahead and get started. And first of all, as I share on every session, I'm always available to help one-on-one. Each time I do one of these programs, this is now our 6th in 6 months, I get a number of requests to do one-on-one Zooms or phone calls on subjects that are covered, as well as subjects we've not covered yet. I will tell you that our goal is to do this, God willing, one day in person, where it could be informative, it could be a social event. Listen, from my world, there's nothing like doing an informative educational event and making it a little bit social as well, where we can get together with a little bit of knowledge and computer skills, and nothing wrong with a little bit of coffee cake and decaf. So preferably more of the coffee cake. So let's go ahead and get started. Rachel, welcome to the program. Thank you as well for always being here, Rachel. Very, very appreciative. So can you see just by a show, just by hands, can you see this slide deck? Okay, great. So as always, I'm recording this as well. And right after the program, in fact, if not today, by tomorrow morning, I will send you my notes, which will be this slide deck, and I'll send you a copy of the recording as well, so you can view at your own convenience, and you're more than welcome, of course, to share it. So a number of topics we'll go over today, and we'll start with a topic that seems to come up quite a bit in the one-on-one sessions that I do. How do you find your internet browser? For some reason, there's a lot of confusion. How do I open up my emails, or how do I open up a website? That question always arises where people are always asking, how do I find my the shul website? So let's immediately click over to the slides that I have prepared. Depending on what device that you use, you may be using one of perhaps 4 website browsers. The 4 browsers that I'm going to talk about here, I've also included some of the pictures. The easiest thing is to look for one of these what they call icons or pictures. Internet Explorer. You may have Google Chrome. If you have a Mac device, whether it's an iPad, iPhone, or one of their beautiful desktop computers, you may be using Apple Safari to connect to the internet. And just to take a step back, a website browser is basically how you connect. It's your bridge to the internet. So depending on what device you have, on many of the Windows computers, you probably are using Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, or perhaps their newest platform, Microsoft Edge. And on most of your devices, comes included Apple Safari. Most of the Mac devices, the iPads, the iPhones, the Mac desktop, most are using Apple Safari. Though you may have downloaded Google Chrome, you can still use Google Chrome on your Mac device. You can even use IE, Internet Explorer, on your Mac device. So look for one of these symbols on your computer. For example, I use Google Chrome. Immediately on the computer, you'll see this window come up. It'll say google.com. If you're looking for a website, no matter what website platform you open up, you're going to see an internet address bar. You'll see this in Apple Safari. You'll see this in Internet Explorer, as well as in Google Chrome. And I put a lot of red arrows throughout the 6 programs we've done. This is our 6th. I use a lot of red arrows to try to direct your vision. So in the internet address bar, you'll simply type in any website that you wish to go to, whether it's CNN.com or NPR.org, some of my favorite sites. In this case, I want to go to Google.com and do some searching. Once you get to Google's website, there is a space there where you can put in anything you want to search for. You'll see the bottom red arrow. It says Internet Search Bar. You'll enter it, and you'll simply go to that website. So just going back a second, the bridge to the internet, you need to find your web browser. On your computer, it's probably going to be one of these 4. Look for these photos: Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Apple Safari, or Microsoft Edge. So for example, I'm often on our Temple Beth Shalom website. Why? Because I work here in the shul, and I'm always doing something with helping with the technical portion and our congregants for the website. So for example, I've typed in tbsmb.org into the internet address bar. And let me go back a second. And I want to let Gail Harris in. So I've typed in the internet address bar, tbsmb.org, which is our shul website. This is the page that came up. And for example, if you wanted to watch our Minyan services or Shabbos services, you can click on the word watch, which is on the top right. Many of you may know this already. This is simply a review. You'll click on the watch, and that'll take you to our shul watch page, where you'll be able to click on the Minyan service that's either in progress or about to happen, or perhaps the Shabbos service that's either in progress or about to happen. I don't know how many have been to our shul website, but it's the homepage, which is the site that you immediately see when you go to tbsmb.org, is often being updated with a number of things, whether it's religious services or a number of programs that are being presented that Mr. Baranek presents, a number of programs that one of our clergy is presenting, whether it's Rabbi Pomerantz, Rabbi Davis, or perhaps Cantor Siegel, you'll see it on our homepage, and you see it by scrolling down on the homepage. It's very important to know that when you get to a website, you may not see everything that's on that page depending upon your screen, depending upon your device. Somewhere on the screen will be a toolbar or a scroll down bar where you can scroll down to the bottom of our page. For example, this is a screenshot of our tbsmb.org homepage. I can tell you for sure, this is only a portion of what's on that homepage. So what I'm trying to share is when you get to any website page, just know depending on your device, you may not be looking at everything that's on that page. Scroll down to view more content. And I hope that makes a lot of sense. And I welcome those that have come on with us since we've started. I welcome Gail. Hi, Gail. Gail, I saw, I think one of your grandchildren off to high school in Israel yesterday. Is that right?
Fabulous. Yes.
Yeah, I saw Jeff there, and we were all there at the airport yesterday. Liam, I know they arrived this morning safely, all of them.
Fabulous. Thank you for telling me.
It's my pleasure. Yes, they've all arrived safely. So that's beautiful. And welcome Alice and welcome Betty to this sixth program. It's an honor to be here on behalf of Temple Beth Shalom. So again, when you get to any website page, whether it's the Shul's page or npr.org or consumerreports.com, CNN, whatever website it is, you may not be seeing the whole page on your device. Scroll down with your mouse or scroll down with your finger if it's a iPad or your phone, and see the content that's really on that homepage. So viewing multiple website pages, this is content that comes up often. There are many times when we have multiple pages open. It could be multiple documents that we have open. We may have a Zoom open. We may have 5 or 6 websites open. And you're wondering if you're on Zoom and all of a sudden you open up another website, how do you get back to the Zoom? So this is actually in the wrong order. So let me go to this. So for example, this is a screenshot of a I believe a Mac device. Somehow or another, you need to find the buttons on the toolbar, which are often on the Mac on the bottom. You'll click on Google Chrome, or you'll click on W for Word documents, or you'll click on the symbol, like for example, I have an arrow where it says Zoom, and that will take you back to either your Word documents or the live Zoom that you're in, or perhaps your website browser where you want to get back to the website. In this case, you'll look for the menu toolbar on the bottom of your Mac device, whether it's an iPad, whether it's a phone, or whether it's your Mac desktop. And it's the same with, let's see, I want to go to this here. It's the same with a PC, a Windows computer. If you look on the top of this screenshot, you'll see Google, a tab marked Google, and then you'll see a tab marked New Tab. On a Windows device, you may have a number of tabs open. Simply go to the top of the Windows screen, and to go back to wherever you want to go to, whether it's a website that's open or a Zoom or a Word document, simply go to the top, look at these tabs that are open, and click on it to find or to go back to where you were. And I hope that makes a lot of sense. So on the Windows computers, look at the tabs on the top. On the Mac device, the easiest thing is to go to the toolbar where you'll see the various icons, Zoom, Word documents, the website browser, whether it's Google Chrome or Apple Safari, to go back to the location that you want to go back to. And I'm happy to go over that anytime, and I do that all the time, one-on-one with our congregants. How do I get back to a website? I'm in Zoom, and all of a sudden I clicked on something, and I'm now in a Word document. How do I get back there? So give me a call, and I'm happy to work that work through that with you one-on-one. I'm often being asked about recommending some informative and entertaining websites. And I thought I would put together a list of some wonderful websites that I enjoy. The first one is WebMD.com. WebMD.com is an exceptional website. As a former practicing chiropractic physician, I can tell you I don't recommend too much self-diagnosis, but it's an informative website, and I like it because it gives you a lot of information about prescriptive medications, and including supplements, including diagnostic tests. You can go to their wonderful glossary and wonderful search mechanism and type in, for example, Xanax, or type in naproxen. You can type in vitamin D, you can type in zinc. It gives you a tremendous amount of information, in addition to perhaps helping you with a little bit of self-diagnosis before you actually call your medical physician and definitely go to your doctor. It gives you a tremendous amount of information. I love WebMD, tons of data. It's information. They even have where you can print it up in a printable format. You can copy the website page, and there's newsletters as well on a variety of subjects. WebMD.com is a wonderful website that I truly enjoy. I also use. I wouldn't recommend a website that I have not used myself. ConsumerReports.org, wonderful website. I've used Consumer Reports dating back to when my father used to have a subscription to Consumer Reports before there was internet. I always remember my father reading Consumer Reports, whether it was at the library or whether he was fortunate enough to have a subscription. But I do remember in the times going to the library with my father and him just borrowing the copy off the library stand. Consumer Reports is awesome. It's a free website. They do have a premium website. It's unnecessary. Plenty of data from consumerreports.org. And that's not misspelled. There's definitely 2 R's. Sometimes you see abbreviations where they don't put 2 R's. It's definitely spelled Consumer Reports with 2 R's. And it's a nonprofit website, so it is .org. If you're wondering what the difference is between .org and .com, it's called an extension. And the difference is .org usually indicates that it's a non-for-profit organization, and .com means it's a for-profit organization. Investopedia, love Investopedia, just to get any and every type of information you can on not just investing, but a whole amount of wonderful videos, interactive and educational, informative videos on everything you can imagine, from mutual funds to how to understand various things, from PE ratios to how to even read a financial statement. I love Investopedia. It's timely. There's a wonderful free newsletter that they send out. I get all these free newsletters. You can always unsubscribe, but I love Investopedia. cspan.org, yes, the way that's absolutely how the URL. By the way, if you hear the word URL, that indicates website. So if you hear someone say, hey, what's the URL address? What they're really saying in lay terminology is what's the website address. So all these items that you see in front of you, these are URLs or website addresses. Love C-SPAN, it's a nonprofit organization. During legislative sessions, love watching live congressional hearings on all day long. If Congress is in session, if there's legislative hearings from the Senate side, committees, whether it's FTC, whether it's immigration, whatever, every day they publish a schedule. They publish it weeks in advance because all these committees, they broadcast live, most of them. They're all on calendars and schedules. You can plan ahead. I love C-SPAN with all the live sessions that you can watch because you can also click a button and add it to your calendar. And I hope many of you are using, for your emails, you're using Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar or some form of calendar. If you don't know how to use a calendar, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to share with you. And it seems like monthly, congregants are calling me, asking me how to use a online calendar. I'm happy to do that. All these websites, whether it's, if they have events, and all of them have some type of events, one of the options is to not only, when you fill out to RSVP, but they'll ask you if you wish to calendar the event. And you should use that to calendar the event because it will also include the link in the RSVP. YouTube.com. What can I say about YouTube.com? YouTube is awesome. Anything and everything is on YouTube. It's free. You know, you don't need to have an account with YouTube to see all the content that's on YouTube. If you've not been to our Shul YouTube account, I can assure you our Shul YouTube account is wonderful. I work in that account weekly, uploading our B'nai Mitzvahs. I upload almost all of our educational informational programs that Mr. Baranek presents and hosts, or one of our clergy, like Cantor Siegel or Rabbi Pomerantz, Rabbi Bear. Our TBS YouTube channel is wonderful. You can go directly to our Shul YouTube channel by going to our temple website page, tbsmb.org. Scroll down, and on the bottom of the homepage of our Shul website is the logo for our temple Facebook page, for our temple YouTube page. That's the easiest way to find our temple Facebook page and our temple YouTube page, by going to our website, our Shul, tbsmb.org. YouTube is wonderful. It has the latest of the latest from CBS reports, CNBC reports, as well as what's trending. It's informational, educational, just wonderful. What can I say? NPR.org, love NPR.org, National Public Radio. Tons of live, tons of recorded content that you can watch. NPR has a wonderful newsletter that you can subscribe to. The content is daily and it's timely. You can also, through NPR.org, listen live to their online radio. NP.org is a non-for-profit. There's no charge again to participate, even though they may ask, you may get pop-ups that appear on the screen. If you'd like to become a member, if you'd like to donor, certainly you can if you wish. If the pop-up comes on and you wish to get rid of it, simply look for the X to close the pop-up. Anytime you get a pop-up on your screen, look for an X, you click on the X and it deletes it. Lastly, iHeartRadio.com. Love iHeartRadio. It's free, nothing to subscribe to. When you get to iHeartRadio.com, you'll see a menu item that says Live Radio. Click on Live Radio, and you can go to any radio station that you can imagine in any state and any city. I'm always listening to, I'm from New York. I love listening to New York talk radio, whether it's financial or just everyday talk radio. I love iHeartRadio.com. Wonderful, wonderful free website. Again, listen to news, entertainment, health. There's every type of radio station in any city. You can find it for free. And it's a wonderful, you can listen to, who would ever think you can listen to radio through the internet? This website can be done on your iDevice, whether it's an iPad or iPhone, or on your desktop computer or on your laptop computer, whether it's a Windows or whether it's a Mac device. So that's something that everyone is always asking me for, some recommendations, and I hope you appreciate some of those recommendations. Let me skip through a little bit. Topic 5. This is something we've covered before, but I'm going to review it again. How do we chat? How do we mute? Things like that. So let's see. The best way to rename yourself is when you see your screen, you can either right click, don't do it now, but you can right click with your mouse, and your mouse device may be a mouse device like this. You'll right click, you'll put the cursor on the middle of your screen, you'll right click with your mouse, and a window will come up that says rename. You'll simply put your name in and then press enter, and you'll be able to rename yourself. And it's as simple as that. If you're not using a mouse, you will, let's see, you can go to participants on the bottom right of the menu bar, and you'll see your name. You'll right click, and there'll be a button that says more, and one of the options will be to rename yourself. And again, the easiest way to rename yourself is you right click on the screen. You'll put your mouse on the screen, right click. Some of you may have a keypad, a mouse pad on your laptop. I can't open up my mouse over here, but it may be just a mouse pad on your laptop. You'll right click on the mouse pad, and again, the window, a button or it'll come up. A window will come up that'll say to rename yourself, and you'll simply rename yourself. Okay. So some email basics. So this is a really, really big topic that I want to cover. And one of the first things I want to cover is something new, and that's there's a lot of bad people out there looking to put viruses in computers. It's important for you not to just open any email with attachments. For example, at the temple, we often get people trying to hack into our system. And I know, for example, our emails all end with, for example, this is Iris. Iris, who is one of my wonderful colleagues here in the shul. Many of you may know her. If you look at the top of the email, her email address is iris@tbsrnb.com. I will tell you that that's not our shul email address at the end. Our shul email address is tbsmb.org. So immediately when someone sends me, and you should be doing this too, especially when you see an email with attachments. First of all, if you don't know the person that's sending you an email with attachments, I would say slow down with your fingers and don't just click on any attachment. I would look at the email, see who it's from, and unfortunately today, I would make sure that if you know the name, just make sure that it's the email address for that person. If you don't, if it's someone you recognize, but you're unsure if that's their email address and there's attachments, I would reach out to them via phone or via text and say, hey, Bob, hey, Mary, did you by any chance send me an email today with an attachment that said urgent? And I hope that makes a lot of sense, what I'm sharing with you. So please, if you see an email with attachments, don't just start opening any attachments because you recognize a name. Even if it's from an organization that you know, it's a different day and age. You can't just open up attachments unless you're 1000% sure that that's someone's email from that organization, or personally that's someone's email. Don't open it. I would call them and ask the organization, hey, I got a bill today from AT&T, and I know usually I don't get emails from AT&T that says there's an issue. Did you send me out a bill? So, and this is something that occurs. Thankfully, we catch most of it here at the shul. Some we don't catch, but this is one, for example, that came from Iris. And we didn't, I didn't open this because I knew Iris's email was tbsmb.org. In fact, a lot of times it may not even be, they just want you to open up the email, and the PDFs are actually photographs. They're not even attachments. So, these people out there are tricky. So the one bit of hint that my colleague Adam has recommended is, if a lot of these scam criminals mark the phrase urgent in the subject line. So most things in emails, unless you're in some sort of business or unless you have some sort of job, there are really never emergencies or nothing of urgent matter. So if you see something that says urgent, please review or please open up these attachments, I would be hesitant. So if you see something that's marked urgent, I would review that email and to make sure that if the email is for sure coming from that person. If there's something marked urgent and you're not expecting an email, I would not open it. I would not open up any attachments, and I would call the company and make sure, did they send an email or did they not send an email? If something just looks off, I would definitely not open up any attachments. It's the attachments where the virus comes in, not just looking at the email. It's the attachments that they want you to open. So the moral of the story is, if there is anything that we can learn here, and I hope there is if the email looks suspicious, or you don't recognize the email address, or you're not expecting an email that says urgent, don't open up any attachments. Call the company or call your friend and see if actually something was sent to you or not. Okay. I want to continue with some email basics. I'm happy to do this. This is something that we've gone over several times before, just sending an email. You simply click on your email platform. Some of you may be using Google, some may use Microsoft Outlook, some may use Outlook Explorer. Whatever you use, you would open up your email browser. You would click on new email. I'm sure it's the same in AOL. This happens to be Microsoft Outlook, which we use here in our shul. You open up an email. You're going to need a to send it to. So in this case, I'm sending Mr. Baranek a email. I'm carbon copying myself so I can get a copy of what I've sent to Mr. Baranek. The subject line is a Zoom invite. I'm putting in some content. Hello, Mark. You don't always need content, but why would you send an email without any content? There are some people that just send emails with something in the subject line and no content. It's entirely up to you, but this is how you would prepare an email to send. Once prepared, you would click send. So if I wanted to, let's see, where am I here? So if I wanted to click another email, this is, I think, the same email. I'm sending an email to Craig Burko. I just happen to be typing in, thank you for replying. Again, I'm clicking send. Let's go over attachment because that's something that often comes up. How do I attach a document to an email? Once you've prepared an email, whether it's AOL, whether it's Outlook, whether it's Google, you're going to look for this same use symbol, a paperclip, which is to attach a file. It's the same icon that's in Outlook. It's the same that's in Google. It's the same that's in AOL. You look for the attachment. Once you click on attachment, this window will pop up. You're going to find the document wherever you store your documents. On the left-hand side, you'll scroll up and down. In this case, I keep a lot of my shul documents in a separate account that's public, so my colleagues can find it. If God forbid I'm unavailable for whatever reason, or I'm on vacation, Jeff or Mark or anyone can simply go to my account. All my documents are shareable with my colleagues, and they could simply find it and utilize all these documents that I prepare weekly, whether it's whether it's the slide decks for our minyan or our Shabbat services, or even a copy of the notes in preparing for this event. They can find my document. So find your document, click on, you're going to highlight it by clicking on it with your mouse. Sometimes if you double click on the document that's highlighted, it'll immediately be inserted into the email, or you can just highlight it with your mouse, click on the word insert, and next thing you know, it's inserted into the email like you see in front of you. So let's go back just a second. Look for the paperclip to attach any document. And remember, it doesn't have to be a document. It can be a video file. It could be a Word doc. It could be a photograph. If you have any questions, I don't think I did it for this program. I should have. It would have been a perfect opportunity. But if you have any questions about how to save a photograph from an email, how to save a photograph off of Facebook page, how do you save a video that someone sent you, a family member sent you a Pesach video, or some video from Sukkot or B'nai Mitzvah, call me, email me. I'm happy to walk you through the process, and I hope I mean it to help you. So attach. This window will come up. Find your document. find, you can see on the left-hand side, I have documents, I have pictures. If we would have been able to scroll down, you would have seen I have tons of videos that I save that my colleagues can utilize. So this window you insert, and then it's attached to the email, and then you would simply click on send, and you would send it. If you wanted to forward an email, obviously you have to first find an email. You click on it, and then on the far right, let me remove something from my screen here. And then on the far right, let me go back here a second. Find the email, click on it, and then on the far right or somewhere on your screen, where I don't know about AOL or Google because I mostly use Outlook now, but somewhere on your screen, you'll look for the word forward. You'll simply click on forward. And when you click on forward, it's going to take you to like a regular email where you'll fill out who are you forwarding it to. You put in, if I wanted to forward it to Mr. Baranik or to Bobby or to Linda or to Rachel or everyone else who's on this, you simply write in the to area of an email, all the email addresses, and then click send. To reply to any email, you look for the word reply. If it's a group email, here in the shul, I get tons of group emails from my colleagues. And to keep everybody in the loop, we don't reply, we reply all. If we wanted to reply, if Jeff Graff, our executive director, sends me a group email, really, I should hit reply all to keep everyone in the loop. So you don't have to, everyone is informed of what everybody's reply is. If for some reason I choose to just reply to Jeff, you simply click reply. Some email etiquette. If somebody sends you a group email, in most cases, I would reply all. Unless it's a group email of like more than like 20 or 30, I would hit reply. I would hit reply all if it's under 20. If it's more than 20 or if it's greater than like 20 or 30, my own experience, I would just hit reply. I hope that makes sense to you. Wow, I covered a lot of stuff today. I want to share with you that, again, as I've always shared, reach out to me for any questions. I'm happy to do one-on-one Zooms with you. If you don't want to do a Zoom, we can talk on the phone. It's certainly my goal. It's certainly my goal to one day do these tech programs in person, where everyone can come to the shul. You can bring your laptops with you. We have Wi-Fi. I could be presenting. We may have volunteers that can go around to each of you while we are presenting the content. And that way, while I'm showing you this content, you're also on your laptop device. So the goal is, God willing, one day in September or October, we hopefully do this one day in person, where we do a little bit of education and information, and we also make it a social event at the same time. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of social and entertaining, and a little bit of coffee cake and coffee, right, Alice? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of coffee cake with some coffee. So I appreciate each and every one of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Alice, did you have a quick question? Yes, Alice had her hand up. Alice, it's not about reserving a tennis court at North Shore, is it? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Alice.
Could we have your direct DID number? It's such a pain to go through the switchboard. Don't you have that 786 number?
You know what, Alice, I'm gonna have to ask about that number, because I definitely don't have that number. But what I'll do is let me find out and I'll email that to each of you. Or you have my cell phone. You can always,
I know, that's,
I'm happy to give out my cell phone to each of you. My cell phone is 305-305-8672. 305-305-8672. It's a small group, so I'm happy to give that out. Many of you already know my cell phone. I consider all of you friends.
okay. I mean, I
Good.
just wish that everybody would give us their direct dials, because I don't want to hear the whole spiel, press one for
You know,
this.
Let
press
me
two.
just share with you. I'm pretty positive if you just type in my extension, you'll go directly to my extension. If you just type in 230.
In the middle of the talk and everything?
Yeah, I think it's programmed like that. So
Oh,
when you get off the
okay.
call, try it. Try dialing the 305-538-7231. That's the Shul phone number, 305-538-7231. And when you start hearing the voice, just type in 230, see if that goes directly to me. But I'm going to look into that for the direct number for all of you. Okay, and I'll put it in, if I find it out, I'll put it in the email with the notes. Rachel, did you have a quick question?
You're a
You just-
terrific teacher. I'm sorry I missed the first 5 sessions.
Alice, I'm going to hold you accountable to the 7th program.
Are they on
YouTube?
YouTube?
Yeah, I've uploaded every one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rachel, did you have a quick question?
My question was an answer to Alice. I have dialed you. And
Yeah.
and when they were still yakking away on the recording, I did type in the 230. And if I remember correctly, it went through to your voicemail.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So Alice, Rachel gave us the update, just dial extent. So you try it later and do the 230 and see what happens. Okay, if I don't pick up, just let it go to voicemail.
How come it doesn't have chat at the bottom?
Because I didn't allow it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Betty.
Two things.
Sure.
How do you get it on YouTube to review what we've seen? And secondly, how do I block my picture today?
How did you block your picture? Is
No,
that
I
what you-
didn't, but how would I?
Oh, how would you block? So let me answer the latter question. So on the bottom left of your screen is
I'm on an iPad.
you're on an iPad. It should be also on the screen on the bottom somewhere. There's a toolbar somehow or another on your iPad. Anybody using an iPad today? Rachel, where
Yeah,
is
mine
the
is on the
Zoom
top.
toolbar?
It's on the
My
top.
toolbar's on the top.
So it's on the top. You should see a button next to the mute that says video.
Okay,
So you just click on it or tap it with your finger with the iPad, and it should stop your video.
okay. So I just click on it and stop it. It will
Yeah,
stop.
try it now. We have like 1 minute left. Beautiful.
There, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I like seeing your face though. I got to be honest.
Well, I'm out of town. I didn't exactly, but it's pretty here. so.
You look great, and the background's nice. That's what matters. You showed up. We love
I
you.
showed up. I showed up.
Let me
Thank
see,
you,
what was
Craig.
what was the other question?
If I
before-
want to review what we've done,
Oh, yeah.
how do I get it on YouTube?
So the easiest way to get to our Shul YouTube channel is go to our temple website, which is tbsmb.org. You'll scroll down to the bottom and you'll see the button or logo for YouTube. It's on the very bottom of our Shul homepage website. And you'll click on it. You'll see one of the menu items on our YouTube channel that says videos, and just look for tech program. You'll see tech
Okay.
program 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will be uploaded probably tomorrow because I'm running late today.
Okay,
Lots of meetings here. What can I tell you? Okay,
that's good.
Good to be
Ladies-
busy.
good to, right? We shouldn't knock it, right? All right, ladies,
Thank
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 you
you.
very much. It's
Thank
to me, I
you.
consider this a
Thank
blessing
you.
and an honor to do this. It's a mitzvah to to present on behalf of our shul. And I thank each and every one of you for your very generous and kind support. And we're going to do this every month, whether we're redundant or not. There's always something to share, and let's keep our fingers crossed. September, October, we start these in person, and I'm bringing the coffee cake. I just want to share it. I'm paying. All right. Have a great day,
Thank you,
everybody.
Craig.
You
Healthy.
too. Thank you.
Healthy
Thanks,
and good
Craig.
summer
Bye,
and enjoy. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Shabbat shalom for those we won't see.
Yeah, it's good Shabbos,
See you
everybody.
Friday night, Alice.
Bye, everybody.
Aye.
Bye.